right, good morning, everyone. Lucian Fogor is the co-founder of IoT World here, and we're here with Ed Chao, the CEO of POLTE. So, welcome, Ed.
Hello.
And why don't you tell us about your background and your role with POLTE?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I'm the CEO of POLTE, as we say here in America. Lots of other folks call it POLTE. But POLTE is a startup that does location technology for the Internet of Things, where we're changing the economics of IoT devices. Our background, my background is I've been in telecom and wireless for over 25 years, from Nortel to Lucent to then to join my customers, the service provider community with Metro PCS and then T-Mobile, before I joined the crazy world of becoming a CEO of a startup, which has been really exciting. I first met the founder about 2 years ago. He is one of these people that are very special, right? He reminded me of my days at Bell Labs, where I was surrounded by nothing but the best talent. So he really had something special here at POLTE, and had wanted me to come on to help bring it to market, which is what we're in the middle of doing.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the background. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about the value of adding location and IoT use cases, particularly in industrial IoT use cases?
Yeah. Well, location we see as a fundamental pillar for lots of different use cases, lots of different industries, et cetera. We all talk about digital transformation and the digital economy and the being able to leverage all the insights to allow us to improve efficiencies as well as drive new revenue streams at the very highest level. Here at POLTE, we believe that fundamental to all of that is location. Location is a pillar for a lot of things, for any use case in any industry. Knowing where your machinery is, knowing where your tools are, knowing where your people are. These are all things that different companies can leverage to improve their businesses. Again, from anywhere from efficiencies to new revenue streams, and in a lot of cases, especially in the industrial setting, be able to drive also improved visibility and safety for their operations.
Thank you, Ed. And can you expand just a little bit on the different location technology in the industrial IoT space?
Yeah, so the location technologies are very broad. You'll hear about many different solutions for that leverage location for what they do, anywhere from Bluetooth and NFC that allow you to get very precise local information about a thing being next to another thing. There's ultra wideband, which is being used, again, in very specialized settings to get down to very precise levels of detail, whether it's being able for precision machinery or for robotics and things like that. Those are excellent solutions that are very localized, that provide very highly precise location capabilities for a lot of different automation and other types of uses in an industrial setting. There's also other technologies that are coming in from the outside in, or that are generally available, that we all experience every day today on our cell phones, such as Wi-Fi location and as well as GPS, right? So on your cell phone are many different location technologies, whether it's Wi-Fi based or GPS location or dead reckoning units, which are leveraging the sensors that are in your cell phone, from accelerometers to gyroscopes, et cetera. Those are all great when it comes to consumer experiences where I have in this case, $1,000 iPhone that can afford to have a very large battery, afford to have all these sensors, be able to provide a consumer experience that goes seamlessly from indoors to out. What POLTE does, however, is to bring a similar value proposition, but add two other value propositions that aren't available today with these other alternatives, which is indoor and outdoor location capability, but at a super low cost as well as a long battery life, right? Because we're only using 4G and 5G signals that can either come from the macro network, or what we're seeing as well as a big trend in private LTE networks to provide extra levels of precision and accuracy, is we provide the indoor and outdoor value proposition of location together with super low cost and super long battery life that we believe is differentiated from the others that I mentioned.
Thank you, Ed. And we were talking earlier about extracting the data and sending the data somewhere can be analyzed as one of the factors that actually motivated me to go down this route in the industrial IoT and build a business around that. So love the new technology, just lowering the cost of not just extracting data, but the cost of hardware and so on. So you touched a little bit on 5G, and can you talk about how will 5G change the industrial IoT space?
No, absolutely. So a lot of the trends that are going forward in the wireless industry in general kind of bucket under this whole 5G umbrella. And they're trying to solve several different key values for the industry. One is high performance, so super low latency, as well as higher bandwidth. You're seeing those rolled out today for being able to provide last mile access to consumers here in the US and in different new frequency bands. But in the IoT space in particular, 5G is going to enable the ability to have not just hundreds or thousands of IoT devices being served by a single cell site, but what about tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands on a single cell site? You start envisioning the ability to scale up IoT to not just be able to monitor a truck or a container, but what about all of the things that are in the container, or the boxes that are in the container, or the things that are in those boxes, or pretty much everything, right? So being able to get what we believe what 5G will do is it'll act as a foundation for being able to support our value proposition, which is we want to be able to totally disrupt the economics of the tracker devices, the IoT devices themselves, to go down to sub $5, sub $3 levels, which is over a magnitude cheaper than it is today, which then opens up a whole new set of use cases that could then also be supported by that 5G platform.
Thank you, Ed. And one other quick question around the use cases. Can you tell us about 2 or 3 most promising use cases for IoT?
Sure. We've been excited about the different use cases that are being presented to us as we get out into the marketplace and as we bring our technology to market. And we're establishing POCs with a spectrum of different prospective customers that have been, as I mentioned, both surprising as well as inspiring. On the surprising side, we're finding that there's a lot of regulatory demand that's driving the need to be able to track things. Anywhere from alcohol to tobacco to cannabis here in the US, it's a big trend here. These are important regulations that they have to follow, and but they can't afford a $50 tracker to be able to meet those regulatory requirements. So they see what we're doing to be able to get to that sub $5, sub $3 tracker as really an enabling way to allow them to maintain profitable for their businesses, yet also meet regulatory as well as drive efficiencies in their whole supply chain. In the industrial setting, we've been really excited about a couple of engagements that we've begun where we're helping them be able to provide low-cost battery-powered trackers for anything from fixtures to tools and et cetera that existing solutions just don't meet. And the key thing is being able to track those things both in one facility, but as they move between facilities within a campus or when they go between campuses. A lot of the manufacturing companies we've talked to, they don't just work in one building, right? They work everywhere, or they work out to job sites. They work between facilities. They want to be able to bring things to customer sites, and being able to track those things indoors and out at an economical, in an economical, as well as more importantly, secure way is exactly what POLTE is attacking today. And we believe that that's a huge use case for us that we're excited about.
Thank you, Ed, and look forward to learn more about the use cases and more about POLTE and the evolution of the startup. So good luck with that.
Lucian, thank you very much.